All right, we just finished recording La Suite de los Sueños. We're here in Los Angeles with Rina Kojmoto from Japan and Sheila de Bosque from Cuba. How do you feel?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to play with Rina always and to play your beautiful composition, Asha.
Yeah, for me, it was absolutely magical. We met all of us in person yesterday. Rina is currently on tour. She's for a couple of days here in Los Angeles, and we quickly ensembled everything together and was like, wow, it's unbelievable to play music and to make music with real human beings, first of all, and then with such a level. It's basically, there are no technical limitations. You can throw whatever in the score and they can play it. But I'm curious, like, when you were preparing this piece, these three pieces, how do you approach a session like this?
So, yeah, it was a hard piece, especially the one we did together. But the whole process was like, just like reading a story about a dream. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about many kinds of dreams when I prepared this piece.
And what about you, Sheila? How was the process? You heard when I was writing it, but how was it like when you heard actually together with Rina? How was that?
I mean, it was amazing. Regarding the process of preparation, I kind of like saw the whole, journey of you also composing all the pieces little by little. And it's just such a fascinating feeling to then like perform it. My process of preparing it, I'm also like a very visual learner. So I really, when I see all those different shapes, kind of like, spiral shapes in the flute, all that craziness happening, So I see such a beautiful balance between this like kind of like chaos thing happening in the dreams, almost like, when you are like falling asleep, that sometimes actually you even like physically move, like, and then you're just getting in that spiral. And then, also the tranquility of a lot of like the parts and that balance that sometimes you feel when you're asleep. So I was also creating all those images in my mind, but also from the technical part, I was like putting grids in all those crazy notes because we had a lot of irregular values as well, to create that kind of like, irregularity in the shaping. So, in terms of the rhythm was like also tricky to catch up, but, it was also so easy, with Rina to have that communication, to listen to each other and also with the physical movement, with the body language to express each other's intentions with the music.
Yeah, this piece talks a little bit about basically the different kind of dreams. So there are dreams that we dream when we sleep. In Spanish, you say los sueños del sueño. And then dreams that we dream when we are awake, the daydreams or los sueños de la vigilia. So we have these two moments, and then we have a third moment, which is called the infinite dreams, los sueños infinitos. And I think the older we get, the harder it becomes to daydream, right? And some people, like hopefully everyone dreams at night. Some people remember. Do you remember your dreams?
I do.
Okay.
Always. And I have been always having crazy dreams since I was little.
Okay, and Rina, do you remember your dreams?
I sometimes do, not always.
I'm not very good at, if I don't go straight and write it down or tell it to, basically I immediately forget my dream. But I do a lot of daydreaming, like thinking about things that I want to do, compositions, music, art, books, people, places. And when I was listening today to you guys playing, it was like, wow, I am dreaming a dream of a dream of a dream of a dream. It felt like a kind of Borges type of thing, which is basically the book that Rina was talking about. Borges has a book called Libro de Sueños, and in that book talks about that difference between the dreams that we dream when we are sleeping and the dreams that we dream when we are awake, los sueños de la vigilia y los sueños del sueño. Yeah, I'm very happy that we managed to do this. Thank you everybody who participated. It was unbelievable to hear this music live, and one of the best feelings for any composer is really to have real musicians playing, and when the music comes to life for the first time, it's like a baby that is being born. Any other?
Yeah, I actually would love to ask you a question. So why don't you share a little bit of the process or the ideas you had, for composing this cycle of, 3 little pieces?
Yeah. So the process of writing this music it's always a mystery, meaning that if I look at the score, I don't know exactly how I did it, right? So, and every time I look at a score, I'm convinced that I can't do it again, right? Until you put one note, and that note needs something next to it, and you put another note, and then you start just playing and having fun and experimenting and trying things, and certain things work, certain things doesn't work. But it's a mystery. I know how to continue working on a piece that already exists, but I don't know how to explain when you go from 0 to 1. And that's a beautiful mystery also, that I don't want to know the answer. But in this particular piece, I think I started with Los sueños de la vigilia, and then I went Los sueños infinitos, which is the duo, and then I ended up writing Los sueños del sueño. So it was like an exploration on, and I like, because in all these pieces there's a lot of movement of, you have the melody, but then you also have a lot of inner voices that sometimes are dissonant, sometimes are consonant, sometimes are a little bit late, and sometimes are like a little bit rushing a little bit and resolving before it should resolve. And when I was hearing Rina moving all this machinery that is happening, that is so amazing. And there's nothing more exciting for a musician right now that to actually make music and have human beings playing that music, right? We live right now is a very the world is really chaotic in many fronts, and going back to music is really it's almost like a medicine for all of us, right? I don't know, how do you feel?
Yeah,
I totally agree. And also I feel this whole experience is like a dream, because we are from like totally different countries. We met in Boston, and then now we're gathering in LA and making some music together. It's like surreal.
Yeah, we did another piece with Rina a while ago, a couple pieces. One is called The Day Debussy Was Drunk in Montevideo, and it's like impressionistic and mixed with tango, and it's incredible working with Rina. And then we did another one called Alba, which is also a master work from Rina. And now we are back here in LA, so we keep collaborating, and it's an amazing experience to do more music together. Thank you very much for doing this, and I'm looking forward to hear the final mix and all the stuff.